glory of God and the support of the good people of Ogun State, we start a new chapter in the continued development agenda of this great state.
Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Gateway Diary. I am Victoria Oniaye. As usual, we'll be bringing you updates on the latest activities of the Ogun State government under the leadership of Governor Dapo Abiodun. We'll spotlight his political, economic and infrastructure strides across the state, and I am sure you will enjoy every bit of it. Here are the highlights of what to expect today. The Ogun State government begins to move to create smart cities through its regeneration schemes across all urban centers. We'll also look at the emergency responders in the state and how Governor Dapo Abiodun has upgraded emergency fire service stations and ambulance outlets across the state. Plus, more road networks are springing up across the state capital. We have details of these stories and more in a moment. We begin this episode of the program with the latest initiative by the Ogun State government to set up smart cities across the 3 senatorial districts of the state. This is in line with the regeneration program of the state government to urbanize the gateway state. We visit one of the old housing estates that fall within the plan, particularly the Ibarra housing estate in Abiodun.
Since becoming the governor of Ogun State more than 5 years ago, Prince Dapo Abiodun has indeed transformed many sectors of the state's economy through the adoption of different developmental strategies and cutting-edge innovations. Whether it is infrastructure, health, agriculture, or housing, the Prince of Ikberu Kingdom has left a significant mark with his transformational touch. In the housing sector, Governor Dapo Abiodun is on a revival mission. He wants to revive it from the brink of collapse, navigating the state from an ancient status to a modern class where everyone will have access to infrastructure amenities. While he strives to achieve this onerous task, the Prince Dapo Abiodun government in Ogun State has delivered more than 4,000 affordable housing units, all spread across Abeokuta, Shagamu, Ijebu-Ode, and other parts of the state. But he is not resting on his laurels. He wants to make home ownership a reality for more people in the state, targeting 10,000 new homeowners. Part of the plan is to bring back to life the glorious days of government residential areas, GRAs, particularly those in Ibarra and Idiaba in Abeokuta, Igbeba GRA in Ijebu-Ode, and Ilaro GRA in Yewa land. These estates were the toast of everyone in the early 1990s.
To date, we've built about 4,000 houses in less than 4 years. 4,000 affordable houses. We've built more houses than all my predecessors combined together, times 2, since the creation of this state.
The regeneration plan is no longer just a blueprint. The the proactive administration of Governor Abiodun has already begun initial works on the Ibarra housing scheme, starting with demolition work. The Ogun Housing Regeneration Scheme is an ambitious urban regeneration initiative, first of its kind in the history of the state. The aim is to construct modern houses on 100 hectares of land through a public-private partnership arrangement that will see the state government setting up smart cities where civil servants can live, work, and play.
The basic idea behind the GR regeneration project is that the state government want to turn in wasting assets into something tangible, something of value. So we need to create a new city. We need to create a modern Ogun state. Going by the World Habitat Organization and United Nations, the in thing now is more of slum regeneration, because we can't be living in the past. The relic houses that we are regenerating today were houses that were built over 45, 46 years ago, immediately at the creation of Ogun State. And if you a cursory look at these buildings will tell you that they are of no economic value, they are sitting on landmine, and no longer habitable for our people. And that's why the state government, under the leadership of Prince Abiodun, has taken the bull by the horn by doing something unthinkable with the political will to get the endorsement of everybody. Former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo endorsed this project and said this is one of things that the next generation will forever be happy with that we have done in Ogun State.
We need to have more attractions for people that will be visiting here. Kí ni máa fi ẹ̀fìn hàn wọ́n? Kí ni wọ́n fẹ́ rí? And tourism is revenue generating sector of the economy.
This is more than just reconstruction buildings. It's a plan by Governor Abiodun to create a green environment and ensure that more civil servants and residents become landowners. The regeneration includes options for rent to own, outright purchase, and mortgages through Gateway Mortgage Bank. Unlike the initial GRAs, which served only civil servants, this regeneration aims to increase home ownership across the state. It is also a source of employment. The new housing scheme will accommodate civil servants across all income scales and create over 20,000 jobs in the state.
It's about the only state in Nigeria that has provided truly affordable housing units. And we are judged to be the best because we provide these houses on direct labor basis by employing locals that have partnered with us so far to deliver these houses on direct engagement basis. We've generated nothing less than about 50,000 direct labor employment by engaging bricklayers, roofers, electricians, and plumbers, and so many like that.
The housing units will vary in different clusters, from multi-story buildings with 1, 2, and 3-bedroom apartments to terraced housing units of 1 to 3-bedroom detached apartments for mid-income families earners to luxury homes with 3 to 4 and 5-star hotels, amusement and water parks, mini zoo, international golf course, schools, banks, and a world-class business district for various commercial activities.
They are very, very good. And I hope yours will be better. By the grace of God. This picture that I'm seeing now, this, you can build this. So, Jeffrey,
I can only congratulate you very heartily for these lofty projects that you have in mind to leave behind as a legacy from your government.
Tá a bá fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìjọba lórí ètò yìí lára ohun tó máa jẹ́ kí ìlú wa kó dọ̀tun nìyẹn tí ìlú wa máa di àpòwáwò inú dùn wípé kò ń ṣe pé Abẹ́òkúta nìkan náà fẹ́ ṣe kíní sí gbogbo àwọn Senatorial Districts mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta Ogun Central ní o Ogun East ní o Ogun West wọ́n ti máa ṣe irú ẹ̀.
In line with Governor Abiodun's vision, the city will have every feature of a modern 21st century smart green city everywhere in the world, making it the first ever city to be powered by 100% clean energy with 24/7 electricity and a low carbon footprint in Africa. From all indication, Governor Dakwa Abiodun is strategically positioning Ogun State as a champion of Nigeria's carbon reduction plan and zero emission goal. His projects and initiatives like the compressed natural gas powered bus initiative, the state's tree planting initiative, and now the urban regeneration plan all stand as testaments to this goal and the true confirmation that indeed Ogun State is blessed with a leader with foresight.
There are obviously more development plans by the state government. Let's move on to what many would call social service. You definitely know Governor Dakwa Abiodun does not joke about the well-being of the people, and that informed his reason for setting up ambulance and emergency service points across many parts of the state. These emergency points are where you have first responders, and the governor believes that equipping them should be a priority of every responsible government. Let me tell you, by their yellow roofs, you shall know them.
A true leader's legacy is etched in the roads, schools, and hospitals that safeguard and uplift the lives of the people. He builds not just infrastructure, but a foundation of safety and prosperity for future generations. So, let's talk about safety of lives and property in Ogun State and how Governor Dakwa Abiodun has been reshaping the narrative with his transformative strides. When he assumed office in 2019, he made a promise to fortify the state and its emergency response infrastructure, which was almost non-existent at the time. With meticulous planning, Governor Abiodun and his team carefully drew up a comprehensive strategy that would cater to emergencies in the 3 senatorial districts of the state and extend support to rural communities with historically low emergency response rates. His first line of action is to procure ambulances, deploying them across all the general hospitals in the state. Additionally, he introduced tricycle ambulances specifically designed to serve indigent citizens in rural areas.
We are committed to proactive measures. In collaboration with the federal government, we continue to put our people first. by taking steps to cushion these effects through various welfare packages and initiatives.
Next, Governor Abiodun and his team intensified their efforts to re-equip, revitalize the state's emergency response by setting up fire service stations in strategically critical areas where emergency responders were previously absent. These areas, though densely populated, lacked adequate emergency services. The key strategic areas in the first instance are Ifo, Isheri, and Mowe areas of the state, while the next phase will be unveiled soon.
Our goal is to make optimization response so that we can save life and properties of the good people of the state.
One distinctive feature of these newly built fire stations is their bright yellow color, a hallmark of Governor Abiodun's numerous projects spread across the state. These stations are not just about fire response. They are equipped with ambulances and trained first aid responders, ensuring comprehensive emergency care. It has been 19 years since Ogun State saw the construction and commissioning of such an ultra-modern fire and safety service station. Governor Dapo Abiodun has changed this narrative, driven by a vision that extends beyond mere physical structures to encompass the health, safety, and happiness of the entire state. This project stands as a testament to one of the laudable achievements of his administration. The consensus among close watchers of political and socio-economic development in Ogun State is that Governor Dapo Abiodun's leadership is not just about making Ogun State a place to live, but about making it a thriving, safe, and prosperous community. A community where everyone can proudly say, yes, we are building a brighter future together.
Moving on to our last story in this episode of the program. The Bonagun Road and Elite Road in Ogun Central Senatorial Districts, which is a major part of the Abeokuta metropolis, are two major roads that connect more than two local government areas together. In the past, these roads were in a sorry state, but Governor Dapo Abiodun's intervention has changed the narrative.
These are landmark projects all spread across the three senatorial districts of Ogun State and giving Governor Dapo Abiodun's detractors sleepless nights. Prince Abiodun, the man who has been surprising and out-maneuvering rabble-rousers, understands perfectly that a true leader remains steadfast and unshaken, even when detractors try to cast shadows on their path. He doesn't see the shadows, nor does he pay attention to their antics. Instead, he stays focused and undeterred, continually prioritizing the needs and yearnings of the people of Ogun State. Let's face reality. Governor Dapo Abiodun is not all and about building white elephant projects or abandoning ongoing ones initiated by his predecessors. Rather, he places importance on what serves Ogun State better, positioning the state as a model for others to follow. From the very first start of his administration, Governor Dapo Abiodun made a game-changing decision that has kept his detractors tossing and turning at night. Putting the spotlight on revamping township roads is the game changer. This bold move speaks to his commitments to infrastructure development and sent a clear message to them that he prioritizes the people's needs above all else.
Is a practical demonstration of our administration's wholesome infrastructure development plan towards improving our ease of doing business, regardless of which administration began it. Regardless of which administration began it. Again, we shall complete all inherited projects that our Commonwealth has been invested in and that have economic importance to our people.
Now, let's be honest. Many roads across the state, including those in the state capital, were in deplorable conditions. An eyesore to say the least. Only a few roads, particularly those connecting newly constructed bridges, were motorable. Yet, Governor Abiodun looked inward, immediately commencing the reconstruction and rehabilitation of these roads to revive business activities and make the state more accessible. This is the hallmark of a leader who is not vindictive but visionary, focused on the future and not easily swayed by detractors. Let's close in on a few major road networks in Ogun Central Senatorial District, carefully executed by Governor Dapo Abiodun. We start off with the Lantoro Elite Idiaba Road. This significant road leading to the home of the first civilian deputy governor of the state, the late Chief Sheson Sholuade, was a shadow of itself, barely recognizable from its former glory. The population of residents in that area is huge. More so, the road connects to other parts of the state capital, including Lantoro and Idiaba. Today, it is not only motorable, but residents of the area are counting their blessings. While the naysayers close their eyes to these lofty initiatives, those who feel the direct impact of the courageous act of a true leader have been speaking up. After all, their voices are the ones that really matter.
The road was so bad, very extremely bad, to the extent that a lot of people are avoiding this road.
We thank our government, Omoba Dapo Abiodun, for the construction of this Okelanto road. We thank him.
The 7.2-kilometer Fajol American Junction Bonogun Road, spanning Abeokuta South and Odeda local government areas, used to be an absolute nightmare for residents of Abeokuta before Governor Dapo Abiodun came into office. This road was the stuff of drivers' nightmares. It was the kind of route that made everyone groan just thinking about it. Today, this long stretch connects more communities, opened up businesses for residents, and increased the value of properties in the area. This is yet another lofty one from the stable of a visionary leader. Governor Abiodun didn't just stop at just one road. He tackled others too numerous to count. Take the Pansheke Adigbe Opako Road, for example. It was left to rot until Governor Abiodun grabbed the reins of leadership. This road, linking to 3 local government areas, Obafemi Owode, Abeokuta South, and Ewekoro, is no longer the sorry excuse for a thoroughfare it once was. It is now a bustling highway that has transformed Abeokuta into a true cosmopolitan hub.
Before it was done, it's very bad, it's narrow. The hold up is too much. It's not easy for us to be seeing taxi, or if you want to go, maybe you quickly want to go somewhere. There is no space. You will stay junction here like 5 hours. You will not see taxi, bike. But now that you have done it, it's easier for us to go out and come in.
the road was so bad to the extent that the road is not motorable. Some of the cars that used to apply this road before, they used to have problem. I think a lot of changes have been on the road.
While Governor Abiodun promises to connect more communities and villages, his detractors are still busy stirring up sentiments, arguing that he should halt the reconstruction of existing roads that are in terrible condition to begin new ones that will be in his name. Let's talk about those sentiments. They might seem illogical to some, but Governor Abiodun isn't letting them distract him. Instead, he's tuning out the noise and staying focused on his mission, which is fixing Ogun State.
Today, since 2023, under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigeria's education sector has witnessed remarkable achievement. These strides have been made possible through the diligent efforts of the Ministry of Education, led by Professor Tahir Mamman. President Bola Tinubu has approved system-wide policies to comprehensively overhaul the education sector, improve learning and skill development, increase enrollment, and ensure the academic security of the nation's children. These policies are captured as that